What's up, Fantasy Champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network.
Yo, what is up? It's me, it's Key, and I'm back. I'm in the building with another 7,200 seconds sports podcast. I am your host, and it's Key. And as always, I got the hardest working man on the network. I got my guy, Coach Donte, with me. What's going on, Donte?
What's good?
You got your voice back?
Voice got better. It's better than yesterday, I can tell you that.
Yeah, because you straight sounded like Doc Rivers yesterday.
We want to thank everybody, man. Shout out to the Spotlight Sports Network and everybody, man, for being there for me. And, still got a lot of work to do. Let's get right into it.
First off, let's say who's in the chat. What's going on, Brendan? It's been a minute. Where you been at? What's going on? Let it burn.
We got
Burn in the building. What's going on, Burn? All right. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. First topic at hand. What is going?
That's Mitch.
Here go Mitch. Always want to mess up things, Mitch. Stop changing stuff. But we all connected, so of course it's going to change. But get down to the nitty-gritty of things. MLB. Supposed to be America's pastime, but they are canceling some games. Donte, what do you think about this? Like, what are the owners doing? What can they come up with to possibly get this game started that everybody loves so much and miss? Now we ain't got no baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, man, not to have any type of baseball. It hurts, man. It hurts. I was looking for it, not only to see my Astros, but to see other teams, man. I was looking forward and really doing some baseball games this year. And unfortunately, Rob Melford and whoever was discussing unable to work out a deal, and it hurts. I was looking forward to some baseball.
I mean, they had till yesterday actually to figure out if they was going to baseball was going to start on time. I mean, they piped our heads up talking about we're going to push things back. We're going to get something done today. And definitely not. What's going on? Definitely not. Nothing's going on. So now we don't know when baseball is going to be. Hopefully they can get something done now. I know a lot of players are upset. Marcus Stroman came out and said something like it's just terrible what the owners are doing, what the MLB is doing to these players. They can't even do spring training. Bryce Harper was messing around. He was like, I can go overseas now to Japan and play some baseball. Do you see players possibly drifting off somewhere else, possibly maybe to play baseball if nothing's popping over here?
I wouldn't actually be surprised because these guys can't just sit around. I mean, these guys want to stay in shape. They want to stay ready. And these guys ready for some baseball. And you can tell these guys ain't got all that kind of patience. And they really want to play some baseball. I would too. That's a lot of work. Keeping your body in shape and all of that. They want to get out there and play the game that they love. the sport that they're good at. The sport they want to get out there and make an impact for their teams. And I was looking forward to seeing some baseball, man. And I can see people going overseas and playing.
That definitely all we had the baseball free agency. We had some people with them high, with some a new team. They can't even get to play with the new team for right now. So let's hopefully some baseball can be salvaged. Um, what's going on, Ian? Hopefully, hopefully, they can get their acts together. Hopefully, there still is some type of baseball this year. Kind of how they had to do like the pandemic, how they had to shorten some games. Hopefully we can still get some baseball started, but definitely, the minors can't play. All can the minor leagues play? I'm not sure even if the minor
No,
leagues can play. So
that's
it's just
part of
like
baseball. That's part of the MLB.
so it's just like it's tough for them because they don't
Yep.
get paid that much. So what do they do now? So all we got left
Yep.
is just to watch college baseball and girls softball, which I'll take that. Girls softball is legit.
Yep.
So I'll definitely take that. But that's the MLB. Breaking news. The Brooklyn fan that's already given up on Ben Simmons. What's going on, Blue City? Um, but no, let's get down to the nitty gritty of things. I'm sure Tay Rock, talking sports, will be on later momentarily. He always pops in. But
Yep.
let's get down to the NFL. The combine is this week, and we will see some draftees compete in the draft. But before we get down to that, Kyler Murray wants a long term deal. We all know he has some things going on. Oh, he unfollowed the team. Stories came out how he didn't want to play for Arizona no more. But he came out and said he wants to be a Cardinal. Do you give him a long term deal?
Uh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because, and first of all, he needs to stop acting like a baby. He doesn't like taking criticism. First of all, you're the quarterback of the team. You go as the team go. You got to take some criticism. He was probably one of the reason why that team lost that game. He wasn't ready. It shows that he needed DeAndre Hopkins. He needed DeAndre Hopkins. That's a difference between Watson and him. Watson didn't need DeAndre Hopkins. Yep, Watson went 4-12, but he still threw 33-7. So that proves he didn't need Watson. He still was good without Watson. Now, you still had Christian Kirk. You still had Rondell Moore. You still had James Conner, who's a free agent. You still had capable AJ Green. You still had capable enough weapons to get the job done. He got to make better decision making. Him unfollowing the team and not taking criticism and saying everybody blaming the game on him, you got to take that criticism because you did not have a great game. He did not play well. He has to take that criticism. You have to be the leader. Say, hey, y'all, that's on me. I'll take that. If you want to be a top 10 quarterback, you got to show up. And he didn't show up. Now, following the team, unfollowing the team, that's uncharacteristic. And I think, that's not good. He's clearly not happy. And if I'm the Cardinals, I'll hold off a little bit. But for them, they may want to keep him long term. They may want to keep him long term because he's important to them. He's important to their success and what they do.
That's definitely. You definitely got to keep a guy like that on your team. Long term, we'll see if he deserves it. I know he had a couple up and downs years last year. You could vouch that might have been maybe his best season. But when they were hot, and then D Hop got hurt, things started to go downhill. You start to see him make mistakes, especially in the playoffs. You can definitely tell he wasn't ready. Everybody was saying, "Oh, the Cardinals is a complete team." JJ Watt comes back, and then for him to, for them to lose like that, I mean, it definitely sucks. Kyler Murray can always go back to the. He was one of them players who decided to play football over baseball. He was a good baseball player as
Yep.
well, but
He did get picked. He did get picked with the 9th overall pick by the A's too. He did get picked.
So
he did get picked by the A's.
That's crazy. So did Russell Wilson. What he get drafted to was the Rockies he got drafted to?
Yep.
So, but Cardinals should think long term, see if they're ready to give Kyler Murray that deal. I'm sure they'll extend him. But will it be a max or what that money he's looking for? We'll see. But yeah, that Kyler Murray needs to just get back in the lab, be that leader we know he can be, and stop unfollowing the team for what reason, only because
Yep.
So, but Arizona, what y'all gonna do? I don't know if you think they're gonna resign James Conner, or James Conner gonna test the market. I know Chase Edmonds is up too. Running backs.
I think James, like I say, free agency is tough, but I think he's gonna test the market. I think he's gonna test the market and see what's out there. Anybody, I think everybody's gonna test the market and see what's out there. And then the team will have the right to sign him back. But I think if it's a deal that he likes with the Cardinals, I believe he'll take it. But he's definitely going to test the market and see what's out there.
Yeah, because James Conner definitely know what he can do with Pittsburgh. He fought the adversity with the whole cancer thing. He's in remission. He beat that. James Conner's not a bad runner when he stays healthy. And it showed when he was with the Cardinals how elusive and explosive he was compared to him in Pittsburgh. He was hurt.
Oh, Black Hole Chronicles crazy.
Kyler can always go into acting. I heard they're doing another remake.
He crazy.
Do you believe the Eagles will jump? I don't know. I was talking to Mitch about that a little bit. I was saying if the Eagles do have the number, not to jump off tangent, but Eagles got their first pick is at number 15. I highly doubt that Sauce Gardner is going to drop down to 15. If the Eagles were smart, they could jump to number 10. I don't know who number 10 is. They can at least jump number 10 possibly to get a Sauce Gardner.
If I'm going to move up in the draft, I'm moving up to 10 or 11 or 12. I'm not going up all the way to number 3.
Yeah, we're definitely not moving to number 5. And with the Giants,
you're gonna have to give up some picks. You're gonna have to give up some.
So we're definitely not moving up that far.
No.
Definitely not to trade with the Giants again. So I think the 10th spot is where you jump if you need a Sauce Gardner, and Sauce Gardner and Darius Slay will definitely be a great tandem in the secondary if the Eagles are that smart. But I don't know. Again, I don't know how we're going to do.
Anywhere between 10 or 11, I go up. I go up. But
that's the highest I'm going up. I'm not going past 10.
10, 11. That's the highest I'm going.
Speaking of your Giants, Blue City, should the Giants are listening to offers for Saquon Barkley. Will he be on a team next year? Will he be on a team this upcoming season, or do the Giants trade him away?
I think he will be with the Giants. I don't see the Giants trading him away, but I do agree with them listening to offers because he can't stay on the field. I do agree to that. Listen to offers and see what you keep and see what's the best deal for him. Is to help your team. I do agree with that. But I don't think they're going to trade him. I think he will be with the Giants next year.
Yeah, definitely. This since he went out with that ACL injury, it was hard for him to get back. Then he had another injury. So you rarely saw him. Hopefully he can, get back on the field and prove that he can be that elusive runner that he was his rookie season. Or if the Giants do get a good enough deal, I think he could be. If the Giants get a good enough offer, I think Saquon will be gone. And then the Giants can possibly maybe look into free agency Leonard Fournette's out there, Melvin Gordon's out there, James Conner's out there. It could work. Um, so, but we'll see.
What's up, Lil G? What's good, my guy? I haven't seen you in a damn long time. What's up?
So, it's definitely possible. Saquon could be on the trading block over there in Big Blue. I know they got Brian DeBoer over there. Did they get Wink Martindale on the defensive side? So the Giants is definitely making moves. Giants is definitely making moves. Will they extend Danny Dimes, or do they try to go out and get another person? That's another thing. Will they give Danny Dimes another shot? I think you have to, because
I think they will.
Nobody else out
there. I think this is Daniel Jones' make or break year. I think this is his make or break year to see if they will extend him or not, and see if he's the quarterback of this team. I think this is make or break year right here.
So with the Giants' first 2 picks in the first round at 5 and I think 7, who do you get? Do they work on the line? Do they try to get a playmaker? Is it the defense?
I think with the first pick, that 5th pick, in my opinion, I think get an offensive lineman. Get Akanawu, and with your 7th pick, Devin Lloyd.
They just announced they're not giving Daniel Jones his 5th-year option. Oh, okay.
He might be a part of that soon then.
Danny Dimes will do okay as long as he doesn't tackle himself in the open run. Yeah, that was crazy. 80-yard run, nobody in front of him. He trips over his own damn feet.
Man, he tripped over those feet.
But that's one thing about he is mobile. He is a mobile quarterback, and he can get out of situations. I'm not saying that he's all bad. It's just the cards that was dealt with the Giants when that offensive line and everybody getting hurt. Evan Ingram can't stay on the field. Barkley can't stay on the field. Going to their 3rd string quarterback and Jake Fromm. So the Giants are rebuilding right now. So hopefully they do okay in the draft, and we'll see what we'll see what they do with Daniel Jones. They're not picking up his 5th-year option, so it's a make or break for him this year. Now, what do you do with Kirk Cousins? With Minnesota gets a new coach in Kevin O'Connell. So what do you do with Kirk Cousins? Is he still washed? Is he washed up? Because can Kirk get? I mean, Kirk doesn't have a great primetime record. He has that one playoff win with Washington. Do you extend Cousins, or is it time for Minnesota to get a new QB?
Well, after this year, it depends on how Kirk Cousins does. If he struggles, then I will consider moving on from him, because he cannot win primetime games at all. He doesn't have no problem producing, but the primetime games is his downfall. If it's not a primetime game, Kirk Cousins can perform. But that's the problem, it's primetime games. And we're not paying you to not win any primetime games and not win any games when it matters. We're paying you to be that great quarterback and win those primetime games and win those big playoff games. That's what we're paying you for. So next year, I can see them moving on, but I think they're keeping them this year. Kirk Cousins is not a bad quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. He's a really good quarterback.
Minnesota, you got Thielen on one side, you got Justin Jefferson on the other side, and you got Dalvin Cook, one of the best runners in the game. If Dalvin Cook stays healthy, he definitely can be 1,000-yard receiver back. They need to work on their defense a little bit. That I can say. They need a tight end. I'm not sure who their tight end is, but Kirk does have weapons. Yeah. He's okay. So the New York Giants did hire Mac. The Eagles used to have him. Jesus Christ. Mike Kafka from the Kansas City. Damian says, who sucks more, Daniel Jones or Trubisky? Trubisky's not bad.
Not one of them is bad, though. Not one of them is bad. Not one of them is bad quarterbacks at all. Daniel Jones just don't have an offensive line.
Not the answer, Key. Kirk Cousins isn't the answer. Okay. But we'll definitely see what they can do. Again, they got a new coaching staff. They got a new coach. Um, so we'll definitely see what Minnesota
Now,
can
Kirk
do.
Cousins, don't get me wrong, he can get you to the playoffs. He just can't win the big game. So I'm not gonna say he's not the answer. I'm not gonna say that. He can. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's just not gonna win. Big time game when you need to.
Right. So we'll see what Kirk
He's not a
Cousins do.
scrub.
We'll see what they do in the draft and the free agency. We'll see if they get him some more help, maybe on the defensive side of everything.
Yep.
We'll see what
That's where their
Minnesota can
problems
do.
was at too. The defensive side of the ball. The secondary was the problem.
All right. So Carson Wentz. The Colts got to March 15th to either cut him or keep him. Do they keep Carson Wentz because there's no one else, or do they give him one more shot?
You say what? Do they keep him?
Carson Wentz, do they keep him
It's something telling me they're gonna cut him. It's something telling me they're gonna cut him, but I don't think Carson Wentz did bad, man. I mean, most people move. The only reason they consider is moving on because of that game against Jacksonville, but they didn't look at how badly that defense performed throughout the start of the game. They didn't look at how bad that defense performed. So I know Carson Wentz threw 4 interceptions, but he had 27-4. He threw 27-7. I mean, that's not a bad season.
I mean, he didn't do bad. I mean, he had Jonathan Taylor back there to take the load off. He had Michael Pittman. I know he had T.Y. Hilton sometimes of the game, but T.Y. Hilton can't stay on the field. Don't know if T.Y. Hilton's done. Definitely the Colts need to go another wide receiver, maybe another tight end. Out there, their defense is okay. Their defense is good. Their offensive line is good. I think they're just a quarterback and maybe a couple receivers away from taking it there.
Is it fair? I'm gonna tell you, is it fair to judge a quarterback? Because if the defense is bad, is it fair to judge a quarterback because of a defense? They got a bad defense. Is it fair to judge a quarterback because of a defense that has been consistently bad? Minnesota defense has been consistently bad. You can't judge Kirk Cousins because of a defense that's been bad. And I said that they both are pretty decent quarterbacks. Mitchell Trubisky and Daniel Jones. They both pretty decent quarterbacks. They both all right.
Sam Darnold just stinks, Damien. That's a difference.
Sam Darnold just
stinks.
He's just bad. He's bad.
He's bad with an offensive line or no offensive line. He just stinks.
He's bad. Stop making excuses for that man, Damien. He's bad, bro. He's bad. Trust me.
What player needs a fresh start, you think?
In the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Tough. No name. I gotta guess a name.
I mean, who you think is on a free agent market? Think do Davante Adams need a new fresh start? But we don't know what he's going. I think he's waiting. I think
Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson for sure. Allen Robinson for sure is getting the first start. He's for sure getting the first start. I think Green Bay is going to franchise tag Adams, to be honest. I think they're going to franchise tag Adams, to be honest. I think they're going to figure out a way to trade.
DeMar DeRozan needs a fresh start. I can't burn.
I think J.C. Jackson, I think he's going to be gone. I think J.C. Jackson is gone.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yep, I think he's gone. Who else do I think is going to be gone? Justin Reed, he's going to be gone. I think he needs a fresh start, and I don't blame him. So those are my guys that I think need a fresh start.
I think, honestly, Davante Adams is waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Green Bay can franchise him, but he don't have to sign it. I honestly think he's waiting to see what Aaron's going to do. Definitely, Allen Robinson definitely needs a fresh start. Him and Nagy's relationship with Chicago organization definitely didn't work out.
Yep.
So he's going to want to go elsewhere. Um, Atlanta is listening out.
I think Kevin really need too. Kevin really definitely need a fresh start. I think Kevin really needs to.
Atlanta is listening to trade offers for Ridley. They want to trade his $11 off their cap. So I think Calvin Ridley could be in a new team this upcoming season. Don't know where, but he's definitely going to have a fresh start somewhere. But who knows? This free agency, I keep telling people, is so deep with corners, safeties, wide receivers, offensive linemen. So anybody can get a new home, and free agency does start on the 16th. Make sure y'all stay tuned to the Spotlight Sports Network as we're going to be covering.
We're going to be covering
free
it.
Agency. Maybe that first day is going to be hot and heavy. So make sure y'all tune in, and you don't want to miss the free agent frenzy going down. I wouldn't be surprised if Phillies. I hope we do. Damn it! I hope
they're gonna do. I think Philly has to sign a free agent. I think they have to get a receiver. They cannot strike out. They cannot strike out.
It's too many receivers. Whether it's Christian Kirk, DJ Shark, Ridley, Allen Robinson. I really want Allen Robinson, but it's too many receivers out there not to pass up. I mean, if you're gonna get it, you don't just settle for anything. Make sure it's a right fit. I think Allen Robinson would complement Devontae Smith. So hopefully Howie's listening and not making dumb decisions, because this is Howie Roseman's last year on his contract. So I think he want to save his job and get an extension. He might actually do something good in this draft, and I'm praying he does. So Jimmy G has to get shoulder surgery, and looks like he's going to be out the start of the summer. Now I highly doubt. Well, y'all not getting him either. So who told myself we ain't not getting Allen Robinson? Okay. We all know he ain't going back to Chicago. Does anybody take a chance on Jimmy now that he's having surgery?
You already know how the league is. You already know. People still gonna take a chance on him. I think a team still gonna get him. Even though if they gotta wait till he get healthy, I think a team's still gonna get him. I think they still will get him. I wouldn't be shocked if they wouldn't, but I think a team still will get him. I think they still will get him.
Sign a wide receiver free agent. Focus on the first round of draft on y'all defense. Exactly. I'm all with you there. But again, I don't know what Howie Roseman is going to do. That's the only thing I'm afraid of when it comes to this draft and him effing up something. Either you move up to get a Sauce Gardner, or you make good with those 3 picks. What's the best fit for Jimmy? Denver or Carolina?
Denver already. You got Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick. You got 2 good runners. You got Hamler.
Jerry Jeudy.
You got a running back. You got a running back. You got a good defense. I think Denver, and him being the game manager, I think Denver will be a good option.
You got a new GM and a coaching staff. That's true. But will Chicago offer him a deal? I think he should just get out of get out of Chicago. Just saying. Wilson to Washington. I don't know what Russ got a no trade in his contract. We don't know what Russ is going to do. I think Russ will stay in Seattle. He said he wants to win in Seattle, but then Seattle got to give him some pieces. If you're gonna make Russell Wilson stay, you definitely got to get that man offensive line, because he be running for his life, and a good running back, because Chris Carson can't stay on the field. Penny is a free agent. He needs a running back that's going to stay on the field. Don't forget, guys, Russell Wilson has been exactly. But he has a no trade clause in his contract. So who's he getting traded to? He can't. And speaking of Tay Rock talking sports. Tay Rock is in the building. What up,
Sorry,
Tay
I'm
Rock?
late. Sorry, I'm late. I had a situation at my job, so I had to handle that first. But I'm here now. What's going on? What's going on?
No, you are good. We just talking about NFL. We talking about your boy Jimmy. He had soldier surgery.
Yeah,
Um, where does he go? They said the best fit for Jimmy is either Denver or Carolina.
guess. Yeah, I can see him. I can see him at either spot. But the thing is, what we gonna get for that? That's the question. Because Richard Sherman keep hitting about Gilmore, so we could get Stephon Gilmore. That'll help. That'll help the back end.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? We get an upgrade like that with that defense already. Oh man, all we need is, if we don't get a quarterback, all we need is Trey Lance to, you know what I'm saying, to get his life together, and we be all right. And we'd be good.
Definitely. Again, this secondary heavy free agency is going to be crazy. So anybody can get anything. Blue City, do you think they trade Miles Sanders? I don't think Miles Sanders getting traded. Miles Sanders can't stay on the field either. He was hurt last season as well, but they're Philly not trading Miles Sanders, but they do need to get a bowling ball with feet type of runner. So let's see if we, do pick up another running back. What about Rodgers? We're going to talk about Aaron in a second. Jimmy's worth for first round or second round?
I say his body of work first round, because he didn't really lose a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you put talent around him, he can win. You just got to put the talent around him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't one of them quarterbacks where you could just put anybody around him. If you put talent around him, he can win. And it showed in 40. And we didn't have a spectacular offense. We just had players that knew how to, I'm saying, get open and make plays. You get 2 or 3 players like that, he good. That's all you need. But a defense, give Jimmy a defense and a couple players, he all right.
Especially with Jimmy, he's like a game manager type of quarterback.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball. He didn't really have to run much. I mean, he didn't really have to run or throw that. Of course, he had Debo and all them guys over there. Jimmy to Miami. Why is Jimmy going to Miami? Oh, the Sixers did get Jordan. We already knew that, but we'll talk about that in a second as well. Why you keep saying Jimmy to Miami? He got Tua.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it's not gonna work. Did you say Jimmy G is worth a first round pick? No, did you say he was worth a first round pick?
I think he is. After his body, he almost took them to the Super Bowl twice in almost 4 years. And nobody even expected them to make it that far this year, and look how far they made it. And I'm a 49er fan. I felt like this is how I was. I felt like if we could beat the Rams to get into the playoffs, we got a shot. And we used that shot wisely. We just came up a little bit short in that third game against the Rams. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, then twice to play them twice in their home. Not hard that is, and we almost beat them again.
Now, Aaron, according to Green Bay's GM, nobody's getting offers for Rodgers. So that could only mean 2 things. Either he's going to retire. Well, 3 things. Either he's going to retire, or he's going to, 2 things, or he's going to come back, or he picks somebody else to go to, because there is no offers getting done for him. So Aaron could walk and retire and say I'm done, or he can come back and play with Green Bay, and then that's when Devontae Adams is going to stay. Because honestly, Adams is waiting to see what Green Bay is going to do, what Aaron's going to do. As far as Deshaun Watson, now he's about to start going into court and these cases. So he's going to be starting his court dates and stuff soon. So we don't know where Deshaun's going to go. As of right now, I mean, he's still a part of the Texans. Don't know if he's going to play for the Texans. Lovie Smith already said Davis Mills is the starter. So we don't know what's going to happen to Deshaun. Any QB going to Denver, going to have weapons. Exactly. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. They got Tim Patrick down there, Courtney Sutherland. So, yeah, Denver's a quarterback away from getting some type of playoffs or getting better. Jimmy G's a playboy. There's a lot of women in Miami. Oh my God, he's married.
Damian.
Jimmy G to the Giants. Oh geez.
There's nobody over there for him to throw to.
Rodgers wants to much keep him in Green Bay. He wants to be the highest paid QB. I mean, Rodgers, what? He trying to be like Tom Brady, trying to play until he's like in his 40s.
Right.
He trying to be like in his 40s. I mean, Aaron still can get the job. He still can get it done. He still can sling the ball. He's still a playmaker. He gets you to the playoffs. If I'm Lovie Smith, I keep Deshaun Watson. Never giving up that top 10 tier. Donte, I'll let you into that.
I disagree. I 1000% disagree. I'm not kissing no quarterback ass to stay with me if he's saying he's already once out. I'm not kissing no quarterback ass. I don't care how great you is. I don't care if you're a top 5 quarterback. I'm not kissing no quarterback ass. If David Culley already tried to come talk to you and you're saying you want out, no, I'm not kissing no quarterback ass. I disagree with that. I'm moving on. Davis Mills did great. With the Texans, second best rookie quarterback. Why not give him another chance? Let him go back out there. Pep Hamilton is a good quarterback coach. He did a great job with Davis Mills. I'm not kissing no quarterback ass to stay with me. No, I disagree with that. I will not talk to Deshaun Watson. When his court cases gets cleared, I'm gonna continue to talk to teams and what I can get for Watson. He's a great quarterback. And I'm going to continue to support him if he's not in Houston. But I'm not going to kiss his ass to stay in Houston.
Wow.
There
you have it. But which quarterback in the combine has the most to prove? What's going on, Big Simple?
We already a rebuild. What are you talking about? I mean, we already a rebuild. We already a rebuilding team.
Yeah, Jordan Howard's gonna go for like the third time. I know you got Kenny Pickett, you got Matt Carroll, you got Malik Willis. Who else? Desmond Ritter. Who has the most to prove? Burns says Willis, and Anthony says
I got Malik Willis. I agree with Burns.
That's what I was pushing. I was pushing
Malik Willis. He has to prove that he can throw the football.
Yeah, that's what he
can do. We know what he can do with his legs, but he has to prove that he can throw the football. Malik Willis got a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And he's a potential first round pick. So that's a lot of pressure on to perform in the first round in the combine.
Yeah, that's where I was pushing to too. Malik Willis, yep. Dang.
The combine starts. I believe Thursday you will see the quarterbacks, the wide receivers and tight ends, just somewhere. And I know the first 2 days you definitely gonna see those. And then of course we're gonna have that coverage with Donte and Eric. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mama Key.
I'm a kid.
So he says Ritter did bad in the playoffs.
But he did have a good Senior Bowl, though. He did have a pretty decent Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Definitely Philly can't mess up in this draft. All right, so Lamar Jackson, he wants a type of contract like Dak Prescott. Is he worth that much?
I don't know if he's worth that much, but I feel like he should get a little bit more money. I don't feel like I don't know. Now, maybe after this season, if he plays good, then I will say yeah. But as far as right now, I say he deserve a little bit more money, but I don't know if he's going to get Dak Prescott money. And I don't think Dak Prescott should even get that money.
I'm gonna say yes because of the Ravens. For the Ravens' sake, yes. For the Ravens' sake, yes. For the Ravens' sake, I think they should pay him. For the Ravens side.
Yeah, well, that aspect, then yeah.
For that aspect, yes. I think Lamar Jackson makes the Ravens irrelevant.
Yeah, that's true.
But the team he got right now, and when Hollywood Brown, he had 1,000-yard receiving year last year, but he had issues with his hands in big time situations. For them, I think he deserves that money. For them, I think he deserves it.
Now, which contract is you giving him for? Are you giving him the money because he can run or throw? We all know Lamar is not that great when it comes to accuracy to him and coming throwing. But I still think you got to pay Lamar.
He's gotten better though. From first to second. He's gotten better. Like you can see his progressed from when he really was just running more to before he got hurt. He was starting to pass the ball. He was having 300-400 passing yard games consistent. I'm saying so he was showing that he could pass the ball now because he know he can't always use his legs because the teams were scheming on that. So he had no choice but to throw the ball. He had like 2-3 comebacks with him just throwing the ball. I mean, went to go take a poop, come back and win a playoff game. Like, I feel like, well, in that case, you did think about it. Yeah, I think he should get paid.
Hey, I like that. I like that comment that Byrne brought up. Dak Prescott has weapons, and he still can't get the job done. Lamar Jackson, best weapon. Lamar Jackson, best weapon is his tight end. That's his best weapon. That's his best weapon. And Dak Prescott has all 3 wide receivers and Dalton Schultz and Tony Pollard. He's stacked across the board. Lamar's best weapon is his tight end, basically.
So
Hollywood Brown will have a game here and there, but his tight end is his best weapon, basically. So yeah.
So look, Anthony Price said Lamar is the whole offense and pay the man, but it's going to hurt their cap room for the future. That's definitely that could be possible because definitely Ravens do need another receiving piece. They can't just keep throwing it to Mark Andrews all the time. We don't know what their running back situation is going to be. And Hollywood Brown has disappeared at times. I do agree with you, Kev. He needs some weapons to help him throw the ball so he doesn't have to run all the time. I think they should pay him for the Ravens' sake. Okay, I see you, Mom. Okay,
Mama Key. Maybe we need to get your part of the network then.
Lamar needs Adams or AB, especially now since Hollywood wants to leave Baltimore. AB did say he want to play with Lamar though. I don't know if AB is going to come back in the NFL. I think he does.
Cousin or something like that.
Yeah, Brown is they are related. That would be crazy. 2 cousins playing on the side of each other.
Yeah.
So we're gonna flip things over to the NBA. Isaiah Thomas gets another 10-day with the Hornets. So the Hornets are now taking a chance on Isaiah Thomas. Should he just get a contract with somewhere period and stop bouncing from back and forth?
Like it ain't him. If he want to choose to stay, he probably could just stay on the team. But they be bouncing him around. I feel like. See,
that's
to me, 10 days don't really give you enough time to really show for. Okay, they know if they know you could play if they want to give you an offer. Okay, you know you can play, but they seen what this man did in the league before. Now he just got to show 10 days. Okay, 10 days. What's that's like? You're not going to get a lot, but you're not going to get a lot of minutes though. So that's the thing. So you only can show, but so much. So he gotta be like on NBA 2K where you gotta when you first get drafted and every time you get in the game you gotta score as many points as possible to keep getting more minutes. So he gotta be like that. Now I'm saying is you gotta get like good 12, maybe 5 assists like your first game for them to even consider you bringing you back. Like you gotta average at least 10 to 15 points a game. He gotta at least average that. He can average that. He was a 20-point scorer in his league at one point, 25-point scorer in his league at one point.
Right, but this is like his fourth team getting a 10-day. If that was the case, the Lakers should have just kept him because he didn't do bad with the Lakers. He had 18 points. Then he goes to Dallas, I think Denver. Now he gets cut and go back to the G League, cutting it up in the G League, 45 points in the G League. Then they bring him back, to go with the Hornets for 10 days. Like Anthony Price say, I know he getting mad, getting a hotel room for 10 days, and they got to move to a new team.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Wait, Mike Vick had Gonzalez and Julio. What? He didn't? No, he didn't.
Mike Vick? No.
Julio Jones wasn't even thought of yet, Damien. What are you talking about? He had Algie Crumpler.
Yeah.
And then he, like Simple said, Michael Vick didn't have a great offense. He just had Algie Crumpler, and he was still winning games. Jesus Christ. Damien. But it looks like the Sixers are going to sign DeAndre Jordan. The Lakers got embarrassed the other night by the Pelicans, which was very sad. Russell Westbrook and LeBron both had 7 turnovers apiece. Donte watched that game, and you said they quit.
I think that was just, and if you're a Laker fan, that's embarrassing. That's the most embarrassing game you could ever watch. And it would be hard to watch that team. That team that night quit. LeBron James and Russell Westbrook had 7 turnovers apiece. That's 14 of your 23 turnovers by your 2 ball handlers. Nobody got back on defense. There was no flow, no energy, no motivation. That team quit. They flat out quit. And to be honest, it doesn't look good. Now, I will be honest with this one. Hey, losing DeAndre Jordan and signing DJ Augustine, that's a great move. I'm just joking. Ain't no goddamn great move. But, DJ Augustine is not going to help the Lakers. And it doesn't get any easier for the Lakers. Because you think you want to play a Dallas team tonight? They came back and beat Golden State when they were down by 21. And trust me, Coach Donte is doing that game tonight. Y'all might not want to miss that. They play the Clippers, a team who's 3-0 against them. They come back and play Golden State. So the road is not easier for the Lakers. That team is embarrassing. They quit, and I think they quit on Frank Vogel. But it starts with their leader, LeBron James. And Russell Westbrook said, they asked Russell Westbrook a question. And they said, is you going to take these booze home with him? He said, hell no. I got 3 kids at the house. And I say, the team is just a dumpster fire. They just a mess all over the place. And they focus on getting stars, not rebuilding stars, not keeping the young players. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, that dynamic looks good. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, who they traded, was that same Brandon Ingram that we saw tonight that beat the Lakers by almost 30? Then was he on the Lakers?
Yep.
That same Brandon Ingram that they gave up for Anthony Davis. Beat him by 30. Kyle Kuzma over there in Washington averaging a double-double. So, again, I think they quit, man. They quit on the coach. Something is going on in the locker room. I don't see this roster being together long-term. I definitely don't see it. I definitely see them making moves in the offseason. And Kobe is rolling over in his grave. He's rolling over in
He
his grave.
said, "Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant." But I don't even think he can help this team. That's just bad. That proves how bad the Lakers is. That's ridiculous. That is definitely ridiculous. Now, is it Frank Vogel's fault? Do you blame everything on Frank Vogel?
No, because the players got to go out there and play. It's just all to it. You could coach, but if the players don't play, it's all on them. But some teams just don't fit together. Some players just don't fit together. And that's just all to it.
Yeah. I mean,
Some play.
you get Frank Vogel, the coach is always going to be a part of a problem. His rotations is a problem. Dwight Howard played a great first half, and you don't put him in the. You don't play him. You don't play him no more in the second half. His rotations is questionable. So some of that is his problem, but most of that are the players in the roster that LeBron put together. Russell Westbrook is not a bad player. He just doesn't fit for this team. He just doesn't fit for this team. DeAndre Jordan, he doesn't play. He doesn't play.
The team that's in Cleveland now, LeBron can play with them.
Yeah, he can play with them, but he doesn't want to play with young players. He doesn't want to play with young players. That's his problem. He doesn't want to play for a rebuilding team. He doesn't have time to rebuild. He doesn't have time for that.
Well,
that's a point.
He wants to wait until Bron comes in, and then he's going to go with him.
Well, the Cavs are not that bad this year, though. Because I feel like
they've been struggling though since All-Star break.
That's true too. Frank needs to take control and don't let LeBron take over. But that's the thing. I think that they're giving LeBron too much authority to say, well, who he wants on his team and who he don't want. If he really wanted Westbrook going, he could have said Westbrook is out of here, and they would have traded Westbrook.
Yeah.
But after that, after that horrible pass, I don't know what DeAndre Jordan was trying to do. They was like, that was the last straw for that. They was like, oh no, he's gone.
Yep. Yep.
That was the last straw for that. Did you see that turnover?
Yep. That was a great touchdown. That was a great touchdown pass.
I cut the game off when they went up by like 15, 17. I was like, you know what? I'm cutting this shit. I cut it off. And then here they lost by 30. Damn. So I cut it off when it was at the halfway mark.
Lakers organization gave LeBron all that power, and then messed his team up now. LA has to start over. Definitely. They got to learn and develop young people, but they don't want to. They want they want stars now and build now.
How many players they had?
Right.
You can't be a championship or a playoff contender forever. At some point, you're going to have to rebuild, where if you like it or not, you're going to have to. Why do you think the Rockets are in rebuild mode? Why do you think they are in rebuild mode? They did it before. What makes you think they can't get back to that same spot? At some point, any team are going to have to rebuild.
Start rebuilding. I mean, if you're gonna rebuild, I think they should trade AD because he can't stay healthy. Somebody will grab AD.
Chicago.
Well, he's from Chicago.
And watch how
in the offseason, I will listen to phone calls on AD. In the offseason, I will listen to phone calls, actually. I will listen to calls on him.
The question Damien says, with LeBron getting old and almost in retirement, can all these damn GOAT talks end? He's only won 3 championships.
Won 4. If you want to count the bubble one.
That one.
Let's stop knocking people for championships. Let's stop knocking them for that, man. We got people that are in the Hall of Fame that have not won championships and still are in the Hall of Fame. AI is one of them. Charles Barkley is one of them. McGrady is one of them. Let's stop saying because they don't have a championship because of championship. That doesn't mean they're not winners. That doesn't mean they're not great. Let's stop using the championships as a knock on how good these players are. Let's stop using that as a knock on how great these players are.
That's definitely a fact. Let's talk about John Morant, man. John Morant. 52 points last night. I feel bad for who's your dude he dunked on Tay-Rock? Was it Jacob?
You're gonna get into that. John, I'm just gonna say congratulations to John Morant. He disrespected my team 100% by his basketball play.
That poster dunk, man.
Just leave me out of this conversation because I feel so disrespected. I feel like I got dunked on.
Hey, since you brought that up, that made Tay-Rock want to disappear.
Yeah, big one just go on my shell. When I seen that dunk, I was like, you know what? When I seen the dunk, I did another thing. After he dunked, I said, you know what? I'm not watching this no more. I put on.
He turned it off.
I went to Hulu and started watching shows. I said, no, this is too disrespectful. I can't finish this game.
They did beat the Spurs 118-105. And again, John Morant drops 52 points. 52 on the Spurs. His whole stat line was he was 22 of 30, 4 for 4 from 3, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 52 points. Did nobody else want to play on that Grizzlies team yesterday? But they did AI compared to himself. He put the Grizzlies jersey on that MVP trophy and said John Morant's definitely going to be MVP one day. Is that a fact that John Morant will be MVP one day?
I feel like John Morant can creep up if he continues to still do the. Now if he has like 52 points, then I'll put it like this. If John Morant can average at least 30 to 35 points for the rest of the season, he might mess around with take. Because JoJo ball. And then playing with James Harden, JoJo numbers might go down just a little bit because James Harden going to have the ball more down because before when JoJo was getting them points like that, it wasn't really another real big scorer with him. So with Morant, if he can average between like 30 to 35 for the rest of the season, he can creep up and get it.
That's who they should have got was Buddy Hield.
Yep. I could definitely see John Morant winning MVP someday. I could definitely see him winning MVP.
Yeah.
Big Simple says the Lakers should have the only move Lakers should have been good if they got John Wall. I know injuries has been a problem with him, but at least you know he'll give you effort on the court.
Yeah, he ain't gonna keep bricking this shit up he ain't gonna keep bricking everything up like Westbrook.
Right. I don't get it. Where is this OKC MVP Westbrook at? Where is the Houston Westbrook at? We don't know what Westbrook this is.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong. Go back to the Charlotte game when he didn't have no LeBron James or Anthony Davis. He had 33 points in that game and almost came back against Charlotte. So you didn't have your two superstars. Now, go back till when they first got them, when they first got them back. And ever since to now, he hasn't played well. So that means Russ got to basically have his own team. He got to basically have his own team. You give him his own team with some role players, Russ will go back into the Russ that you all know. But you got two guys that need the ball for the Lakers. That's why it's not working.
Yep.
So who fits Westbrook then? Like what team would fit for Russell Westbrook?
Like, give him a team. Like, you take Anthony Davis and LeBron James away, I think this team will fit Russell Westbrook more. Because he showed in the Charlotte game.
Russ wasn't bad in Washington. I give you that.
No, he wasn't bad in Washington. He was actually great in Washington. He was actually great and carried them to the playoffs when Bradley Beal was hurt. You give him a team like that, he can succeed. He can succeed. Or Like, go back to when before he got hurt in the bubble, before the bubble with Houston. He was playing some of the greatest basketball after that All-Star break until the bubble came up. He was playing some of the greatest basketball. But we all know what happened. The COVID happened, and then he gets hurt, and he's not the same. But he was playing some of the greatest basketball with James Harden. And the floor was more spaced out.
So Westbrook's not a team player. Russell was good in Washington. I mean, Russ was good in Washington. I mean, Russ need his own team with role players. I think that's it. He don't need to go on a rebuilding team. Maybe he needs to go on a team that's missing a piece, or somebody that's going to compliment him.
He needs to be the main ball handler.
I would say New Orleans, but that ain't gonna work.
No, I don't see him in New Orleans. Send him to Detroit.
Oh God, to the Westbrook to the Knicks.
That might could work, but he gonna feel it if he stink it up.
Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton.
I couldn't see Westbrook in a Pacers uniform.
Surround him with shooters. Yeah, I can't see him with the Pacers. Who is it? It's Tyrese Halliburton and who else is down there? Chris Duarte,
Sabonis,
Malcolm Brogdon, Chris Duarte.
Russ cares more about himself than getting stats. He don't care about teamwork. Go back to the Thunder. All right, cool. You want Westbrook back? All right, cool. You want Westbrook back? Oh, Buddy Hield. That's right. He is with the Pacers. That could be interesting. Buddy Hield and Halliburton and Westbrook.
But you don't want to take away the growth of Halliburton. He's playing too well. You don't want to take away that growth. Between him, Duarte, and Malcolm Brogdon, you don't want to ruin their growth by getting him. You don't want to ruin that.
It'd be crazy, like before all Westbrook, Harden, and KD retire, if they all go back to OKC.
Going on big play. Damian said Westbrook to Portland. Oh no.
No, Dame is the main ball handler over there. Dame gonna get his shots. And and Westbrook, I feel like Westbrook gonna mess that up.
And then you got Anthony Simons over there. Yeah. Simons is balling. Simons is definitely balling. Big play. You're talking about your Lakers, man. Talking about your Lakers.
Send Westbrook to Orlando.
Then you're gonna be taken away from Cole Anthony and Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs and all those guys. I mean, Westbrook might as well stay in LA.
Toronto.
Siakam, Van Vliet. Then you got Evan Mobley, and you got Evan Mobley, not Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, send him to Toronto.
I don't think that if Beal leaves, go back to the Wizards. That's possible.
I think Bill should go somewhere else this time.
Yeah. Crazy part is Joel Embiid was pushing for Bill.
I don't blame him. Bill will score. But he just got a better.
But you got James Harden though, so hey.
Yeah. So Ben Simmons has back soreness. So who really won this trade?
So far, it's looking like the Sixers. So far.
I still don't understand the life of me how Ben Simmons has back soreness and he didn't do nothing. He hasn't played not a lick of basketball this season, but he has back soreness. But he'll travel with the team and be on the bench, but you don't want to play.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play for the rest of the season.
He don't want to play in Philly. That's what it is. Watch I tell you how much you want to bet. Probably after that March 10th game or whatever, then you might see him suit up.
He don't even realize he's still going to have to see Philly if both teams make the playoffs. He's still going to have to see Philly eventually, and then you're going to see Philly in a playoff series. So that's more than once.
Ooh, so New York is might be lifting that mandate. So you don't need your vaccination cards for to get into the arena, but they're saying that the mayor cannot make a stipulation for Kyrie, so he still may not be able to play home games. Are the Nets in trouble?
Yeah, when it come down to those home games in the playoffs when they got to win them, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause think
Yep.
about it. You took James Harden away of another scorer. So it's really KD and Joe Harris and Seth Curry. That's all. That they are scorers. They're going to be your scorers right there, and Drummond. But as far as because I don't really consider Ben Simmons a player, so
I said Ben starting to be like AD getting injured, getting out of bed.
Ben Simmons faking injuries. I don't think I know back soreness.
He don't. He just don't want to play. He a big old softy. Soft.
And the crazy part about it, he asked that man to stay.
Yep. I think Brooklyn is in trouble because they didn't get blown out yesterday bad by Toronto. And if Kyrie cannot play home games, that's definitely going to hurt them. That's definitely going to hurt them if he cannot play home games. So if he could play, that could keep him in contention. But that definitely is going to hurt them if he can't play.
He said you can go to the games, but you can't play in the games. That's crazy.
That's not even foul. That don't make sense. And why? If you can go, but you can't play, that don't make sense. You might well just keep it out of here. Don't let him go to the home games at all.
Exactly. He's scared to go back to Philly. He don't want to set foot in Philly.
That's facts.
So I don't know what it is. He had Kyle Korver showing him how to shoot free throws and jumpers. Come on now. That don't make no bit of sense whatsoever. But we got a couple more topics. Gonna cut tonight's show a little short, only because Donte has to do the 10 o'clock game. But we're gonna get into this March Madness and this NCAA. Over the weekend, we did see some upsets. Seeds 1 through 6 gets upset. Auburn loses to Tennessee. Gonzaga goes down. Who else lost?
Kansas.
Kyrie don't want to play basketball. Think about it. All the crap way before the pandemic. We don't know what's going on with Kyrie, but it was some upsets again. The 1 through 6. So you had Kansas go down. You had Auburn go down. Gonzaga went down. So now are these teams definitely beatable when it comes to the tournament? Will Gonzaga still be Kansas? They get the number 1 bid, y'all think?
Yep. Gonzaga still will be a number 1 seed in the tournament. They still will be a number 1 seed in the tournament. Yep.
Any team it's just now the tournament is shaping out to be. It ain't that 1 or 2 or 3 dominant teams that you normally hear about. Now it's like the tournament this year. The tournament is really up for grabs. It's anybody's game. It all depends who just keep winning. Whoever can get hot in the tournament and keep winning is really up for anybody. I don't see a dominant team that's taking over to the point where I'm gonna say, oh yeah, they're the team to beat. I don't even care if you are the number 1 team right now. Like, I just feel like
because next week the conference goes down. The conference championship goes down, and I'm sure we'll get selection Sunday and see where all these teams are going to be ranked. Burn is saying Gators are going to win it all.
But you got to think about it. Remember years ago before Kemba got drafted and nobody even had UConn even winning their conference championship. They won that.
They went all the way through the tournament, then won the national championship with Shabazz, with the boy Lamb, Kemba, Shabazz Napier. Like them guys won a national championship. Nobody saw them winning a national championship. Like things like first of all, they won their conference championship. They weren't supposed to win that. Everybody said they was going to lose the first round. They didn't lose the first round. Then they in the Sweet 16, they said they was going to lose. Every game they said they was going to lose, and UConn won. It could be a team just like that.
Duke gonna win it all.
That's what I want to happen. I would love it if Duke won it all.
So right now the rankings are still the same after week 17. Of course, you got Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor. Duke is at number 4. Auburn drops down to number 5. Kansas, Kentucky, Purdue, Providence, Wisconsin, Villanova's at number 11. Texas Tech got Tennessee at 13. Houston's at 14. Arkansas, USC, UCLA, UConn. Then you got St. Mary, Illinois, Texas at 21. Got Murray State is at 22. Ohio State, Iowa, and Alabama is at the 25th seat, ranked 25th. So why would he want to go back to a seat that never wanted him or respected him? Plus, why would he want to play with a team that threw him under the bus when he wasn't the only one on the Sixers that had? You will not. You know what? We will always go back and forth with this whole Ben Simmons thing in Philadelphia because you don't get it. You don't get it because you don't live here. You haven't seen him for 5 years to see what he put us through, to see what he didn't want to do for 5 years. He didn't want to improve. He didn't want to get better. Arkansas is no pushover.
They're not. I agree. I definitely agree to that.
So let me see some games going on tonight. What went down tonight? Nebraska beat Ohio State. Kansas City beat Ole Miss. Tennessee beat Georgia. Villanova beat Providence. Cincinnati's winning right now. Wisconsin's winning right now. It looks like TCU is going to beat Kansas. It's 61-49 right now.
Wow.
And Duke is blowing the bricks off of Pittsburgh 82-51.
You said who beat Kansas?
TCU.
Told you, Big 12. Anybody can be beat in the Big 12. That's been the toughest conference the whole year.
Hold up. What you said? You said how bad Duke beating Pittsburgh?
82-51.
We know they was gonna beat Pittsburgh that bad. Tell you what, we knew they were gonna beat them that bad. We both knew that.
I know who was gonna be killed.
Georgia suck ass. Georgia just sucks ass. They bad. Georgia's terrible.
And then tomorrow we got Auburn and Mississippi State, UConn and Creighton, Texas A&M and Alabama, and LSU and Arkansas is tomorrow. On the girls' side of the ball, of course, you got South Carolina #1, Stanford, North Carolina State. You got Louisville, Baylor, LSU, UConn. Of course, UConn is #7. They're not the top school over there no more. Iowa State, Texas, Michigan, Maryland, Iowa, Ohio State. You got Indiana, Arizona, North Carolina, Tennessee. The Lady Vols is 18. You got Ohio State, Notre Dame. You got Vermont. You got FGCU. Don't know who that is. Florida, Georgia, and Georgia Tech for the girls. But I got South Carolina winning that whole.
Let me know when the girls tournament conference championship start. I want to do some lady girls tournament. Especially the ones. If they on ESPN.
You said FGCU?
Yeah.
I think that's the Florida Gulf Coast University.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, because I remember when the guys had a little run. That thing made it like the Sweet 16 one year.
If I'm not mistaken, the girls' championship starts earlier. They actually start tomorrow.
Who it is?
Virginia Tech. They don't know. I don't know yet. So Virginia Tech's playing, Indiana's playing, Arizona, Florida, Stanford, Georgia Tech, and Georgia. And then the opponents is still to be determined right now. But they start at 11:00 tomorrow.
If you give me a schedule and let me know something, because I'm gonna do some of those championships, those conference championships, and some later tournament games.
So definitely, again, like I said, I'm going for South Carolina because
South Carolina is
and
good. Yep.
Aaliyah Boston.
Oh, she's a beast. She's a beast. My goodness, that girl's a beast.
Tay-Rock, how you sleeping at work?
I'm not asleep.
Tay-Rock taking a nap. Tay-Rock taking a nap at work.
South Carolina Gamecocks are deadly. Those girls might win it all. Yeah, man, they are legit. Now Tennessee can get it together if they get one of their girls is hurt.
I think one of them is out for the season, and Jordan Horston, that guard, she's out for long term too because she messed up her arm. So I know, but you think about it. They're gonna get them back no time soon.
Think about it. It's cool to have UConn at number 7. UConn been number 1 for how many seasons and how many years? Like, it's okay for somebody else to finally be number 1. They've been number 1 for damn near like the past 20 years.
Remember when Mississippi State beat them?
Huh?
Remember Mississippi State took them down?
Yeah.
Yep. That short girl hit that little photo. Yep.
So the big 3, you got Chet Hologram, you got Paolo Banchero and Jabari Smith. They got Holloman going to the Pistons. They got Banchero going to Orlando, and Jabari Smith going to the Rockets. How much of an impact will they have with those teams in the NBA? Like, I know them 3 teams are like the basement bottom teams, but will they get better with those guys?
I feel like the Rockets side especially. Yeah, you got over there. You got you get your Barkley. You know what I'm saying? With that core, they're already young. When you get somebody younger, they can all mesh. They can all grow together. When you get a team like that, you keep them together and make it grow. Because they could have did that at OKC, where they messed that up. You let them guys grow together and they can win together. You can't tell them what you could put around them once they start winning together.
Right, Banchero, Green, and Banchero, Jalen Suggs, and Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
And Franz Wagner, that's going to be okay. And then
the Rockets do not need no more guards. We are set at the guard position. Jabari Parker will be a great addition to this Rockets young core. Or Banchero. I'll be good with Banchero. It doesn't matter.
And then, Chet Holloman, of course, going to the Pistons. He'll be down there with Sadiq Bey and Cunningham and all those guys over there. So going to wrap this up with this last question right here. Has anybody's stock rising and fallen so far?
For the NFL?
No, college. Basketball.
I believe
basketball.
I believe Auburn. I'll be concerned about Auburn. I'll be concerned about Auburn going far in the tournament. They've been struggling. I said Jabari Smith.
Do you see their first round exit? Is there a first round exit?
No, I believe there'll be probably a second round to third round exit.
I think the Fathers they make it to Sweet 16.
I can't with these cats. They fighting at the door. Like, I don't get it. Weirdos. And one stuck in here and the other one is on the other side of the door. But who's the favorite? Is it a Cinderella team right now in the that's going to make the tournament? You see going far?
Let me see. The Cinderella team. Well, I'm not going to say Arkansas. They're not going to be a Cinderella story. I forgot that team. South Dakota State.
Oh, wow.
South Dakota State. Cinderella. Yep.
Damien says, "Who's the best college basketball coach, Bob Knight or Coach K?"
I haven't seen too much of Bob Knight, but I'm gonna go with Coach K. I haven't seen too much of Bob Knight.
T-Rock getting his
I haven't
nap
seen too
in.
much of Bob Knight, so I'm gonna go with Coach K. I haven't seen too much of Bob Knight.
Last team that built their team to win championships is the Bucks and
Was
Warriors.
the Warriors? Was the Warriors? Yep.
Well, I can't really say that because Steve Kerr got like the finishing product of what Mark Jackson started.
Yep. Mark Jackson developed them. Steve Kerr put a better system. Put a better system for him. But Mark Jackson developed them.
He got the finished product of what Mark Jackson started.
And you think Mark Jackson
he put a better system. He put a better system, but Mark Jackson developed them. He developed them, basically.
Does Mark Jackson deserve to be a head coach again in the league?
Hell yeah. That ain't no question. Hell yeah.
I believe, yeah. Most definitely.
But he's another man that got blackballed. As much as because they fired him for no reason. They didn't even give him a chance.
They fired him after making it to the second round. They fired the damn dude.
There was no need for it.
Like that's just crazy, how he doesn't even get another shot, knowing he put that team together. Nobody knew who Steph Curry was from this light-skinned kid that can with a big head can shoot from Davidson. Nobody knew who he was.
He drafted Draymond Green.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mark Jackson to the Rockets. I've been saying that.
I can see that.
Donte
wants Sam Cassell off the Sixers bench.
I wouldn't be mad if we get Sam Cassell. Hell yeah. We won 2 championships in this. Come on, Sam Cassell. But I also would love Mark Jackson.
That definitely would be crazy. Mark Jackson take one of these young teams and develop them. That'll be crazy. But we're gonna wrap this up here. Donte got to get ready for that debacle of a game. Make sure y'all come on back to Spotlight Sports Streams. Join Coach Donte as he does the Lakers in Dallas. I'm sure he's gonna be laughing. I'm sure he's gonna get a comic relief out of this game. Who knows? The Lakers might come to play tonight. We'll see. But I highly doubt that.
And Tay-Rock will be able to go back to sleep after this.
I was just laying back. I wasn't never asleep. I heard everything that was going on.
Tay-Rock gonna get his nap. I'm sure ain't nothing popping where he's at. Are you doing overnight or are you almost off?
No, I'm almost off.
Oh.
I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. What I'm gonna do.
Why would Kyler Murray want to? Oh my God! Here you go. Want to throw him underneath the bus?
Donte, are you able to do the show Thursday or are you doing the combine?
I'm doing the combine. I'm doing the combine.
Well, we're gonna do inside the locker room next week then.
Well, no, I'll probably or Eric might. Oh, that's right. Eric gonna be doing it. Well, somebody else can moderate. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Cause I gotta do something on Thursday, but I still might be able to. But let Burn say Lakers winning tonight. But shout out to everyone who was in the chat down in Damien, Big Simple, Let It Burn. Slade came in here and graced his presence for a hot second. But appreciate y'all guys. Again, that's Tay-Rock Talking Sports. Y'all know y'all can find him anywhere. He always pops up on somebody's stream. Donte, hardest recommend on the network. You see he got no voice. He's still at it. Make sure y'all come on back. You're here every Tuesday night with the hottest topics in 7,200 seconds.
New nickname, Tay-Rock taking naps.
Tay-Rock will finish taking his nap. Make sure y'all come on back.
Send me the schedule.
I will. Yes, I want Sauce Gardner. Move up to number 10 and get Sauce Gardner.
Hey, Eagle, she calling it.
But there you have it, guys. So make sure y'all come on back in the next couple of 6 minutes to Spotlight Sports Streams. Hang out with Coach Donte. Again, y'all, we are out. And we see y'all in another video. Make sure y'all go support Donte. I'm sure he's gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be tuning in and probably be in the chat or something. But we see y'all guys.
All right.
Later.
All right.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you win the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hookup just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.